Hey, what's going on, guys? Before we get in this video, did you know I had a website? You know I had TNTHoopsBasketball.com. Check us out. Check us out. You can go to home. You can shop. I mean, just check us out. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what I got. I got a couple of shirts. Got a couple of socks. Got a couple of hoodies. Come on, check us out. I got a couple of certified athletes. We still adding to the page. Hey, check out the website. You can book. You can check out the gallery. You can see the team. That's all you gotta do is just check it out. Now back to the video. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We got a special guest today. We got a special guest. I guess you could call him a hometown hero. A very good guy of mine. Everybody watched him back in '08. We got Jeremy Hunt in the building. For the people that don't know you like that and kind of heard stories about you, just give us a brief description of who you are.
Man, Jeremy Hunt from North Memphis, Tennessee. You know, just a humble guy, man. That just so happened to be talented at basketball, man. I really love basketball. Basketball has been a passion of mine since I was in the fourth grade. I got real serious about it when I was like in the ninth grade, when I really could see like the actual potential side of it. And I just kept going with it, man. And it's took me all around the world. I met some great people, great teammates. Made some good money. So now, at this point in my career, it's just about giving back to the youth. Giving them the same wisdom that people gave me, and just trying to help them, understand basketball and life. Basketball, you can play basketball, and you can use basketball principles in life as well. So, I love what I do. Training wise, just helping kids enhance their skill level in basketball. I love coaching kids, getting them to understand the game better. So, that's just, brief description.
Okay. Well, I started this podcast due for the kids and the youth and kind of expose the city. But before we get to the kids, in a sense, let's kind of break down the past and get to who you are right now. Maybe like a simple question. Let's your experience in playing that '08 year with all those guys, Derrick Rose, Joy Dorsey, and all of them. Kind of talk to the kids and tell them the mentality of Memphis basketball back then, and also maybe some of the pressures that Cal maybe held against y'all in that run.
Well, for one, Coach Cal, speaking on Coach Cal alone, man, that's like I love him to death. He's like a father figure to me. Father figure to us all as well, from the first to the last person on the team. He always, helped us with our mental standpoint. You have to be mentally tough, playing basketball, because things not going to always go your way. And, us as a team, man, we just, we worked really hard, extremely hard. We all had one common goal. Nobody cared about points. Nobody cared about who was going to be the leading scorer. We just all had one common goal, and we held each other accountable and to a high standard, because we had, we wanted to win, like, by any means necessary, So all those guys are great guys. They're my friends still to this day. We all talk, to this day. Everybody keeps in touch. We got a whole group message, with, a lot of the guys in the group message. We laugh and joke all the time. We bring up old memories, and that's what a team is about, man. Once you're a team, you basically become family. You got to be around this person for a certain amount of months out of the year. You might as well look at him like your brother. And that's how we was, man. We argued, we fought. But at the end of the day, by us being family and by us being so tight, none of that stuff affected how we played. None of that stuff affected our friendship with each other. So, that was most important. I credit Cal a lot for that, because he always kept us together. He take us out to eat together. We go over his house together. We watch film together. It was time we had 2 days, Christmas break. And, we'll have practice. We'll have breakfast in the morning. We'll have practice. Then we'll go straight from practice to his house, eat lunch, film session over there of the practice. Then practice again. Then eat. So it's like you had no choice but to like the person that you next to. You know what I'm saying? Because you're around them all the time. We just, like I said, our mentality was just straight win. Guys was working hard. We lost very few games, especially my senior year. So whenever we would lose, guys would go straight to the gym. Like, we get on private jets, we come back home, we going straight to the gym, we working out, like, because we're mad at the fact that we lost. Like, guys like that, man, we just fed off each other, and Chris Douglas Roberts, man, like, he's one of the best players that come through Memphis. To put a uniform on, and dude he's just hard worker, man. Like, even though he don't play basketball right now, he still works hard at what he does, which is fashion, and the stuff that he does. And that's one of my great friends, one of my good friends. We always talk, we keep in touch. And the same thing with Joey Dorsey, man. Same thing with all those guys. Like, Willie Kemp is doing really well for himself. Antonio Anderson, Andre Allen, like D-Mag, Spoon, like all those guys. And even though I didn't even play with Spoon, I always stuck around the program just to kind of like, let the young guys know, like, hey, take advantage of the opportunity right now, because, for it'll be senior night if you don't take care of your, opportunities. So, I try to stay around the program and, just talk to the younger guys a little bit about, like, just liking each other, being one to be around each other and being a team, because that's how we were. And that played a big part in us winning.
Okay. So before I step into this next question, just to pick up on Memphis one more time before we go to the next step in your life. Social media nowadays, people are more active and vocal, and just kind of, you don't have to get too deep into it. Just kind of talk about how you feel about Penny, what he's bringing to the organization. It's kind of mixed feelings on social media. Just kind of give us a little bit of your input.
Man, I'm all for it, man. Because Penny really does it for the 9-on-1. I can remember a text message when I text him going into the NIT championship last year. I was like, man, good luck, big bro. Like, we behind you 100%, blah, blah. And he was like, man, I'm doing it for the city. I'm doing it for the 9-on-1. Like, that's how like, he's really for the city. He really cares about, like, getting this thing on the right track for the city. And it has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with him, because, of course, he's Penny Hardaway. He got a boatload of money.
Yeah.
So, that's not even the issue. Like, he really has a passion for basketball, man. And he's really, like, a winner. He's competitive. And what he's doing for the city now, like, shows you, like, he really cares. Like, he probably could have easily took that Orlando job.
Yeah.
Easily. Like, they was pushing for him to take it. Like, guys in the NBA on TV saying he need to take the job. But they got to show you how much he cares about his city. The city that he grew up in, the city that he played in. Like, he's, blood, sweat, and tears for this city. Like, that's great. That's a great, deal for us. Like, and so for him to be doing what he's doing, man, bringing these guys in to help, get the program back to where it was, like, I think it's great. I'm behind him 100%. Like, I always wanted to be like Penny when I was young. They used to call me Skinny Penny. And so, that's always been a person that I looked up to from, on the court, off the court, how he carried himself. So, he's a great role model for the youth, and if somebody want to, be like anybody, they should want to be like him. Like, look at his career. Like, he played in high school at Treadwell, great career. Played at Memphis, great career. Due to injuries, he would have had a great career, and I feel like he still had a great run while he was, before he got hurt. But, now he's the head coach of the University of Memphis, and not to mention the state championships he got with ease. Not to mention the middle school state championships. Like, who don't want to step in that path and go that way and go that route? So, I think he's a great, person, Memphian, that one of the greatest to ever do it.
Okay. Speaking of injuries, one of your teammates, he went through injuries for a couple of careers, and people didn't know he was going to bounce back, but he's looking pretty good now, D. Rose. Was you talking to him during that process when he was going through that mental state of those injuries with his knees?
Yeah, I spoke with him a couple times about it. A couple times when he was came to Memphis and played, but didn't play. And I spoke to him about another time I was in Minnesota. It was crazy because my homeboy was like, the Bulls is in town. And I was like, for real? And at the time, Thad was playing for Minnesota. So shout out to Thaddeus Young, man. He gave me 4 tickets to the game. And, you know, after the game, my homeboy was like, man, I got to meet D Rose. So I'm like, okay, let's go over there and see, you know, if he'll, you know, come out the locker room or whatnot. So we talking to Thad, whatever. And they was like, man, your boy just walked over there. And so I go over there to the bus and I tell, you know, the guy from the Bulls, like, hey, tell Pooh that Jay Hunt is outside. And so, like, he went and got him, and, you know, that's when I really knew then, like, this dude is a real star. Like, because it was a crowd of people to, like, the right side of the bus that was, like, blocked off. And as soon as he walked out, they was going crazy. I'm like, dang, like, it was so surreal at that moment to be like, because I know him as Pooh, I know him as D. You know, I just know him as a regular, humble person, cool, quiet. And so, you know, we was talking then, and it was like, he was like, man, how did you even, like, be able to play without even thinking about it? And so the work is never done when it comes to knee injuries, back injuries, stuff like that. The work is never done. Like, you can't stop working. Once you feel good, you have to continue to work even more, because knee injuries are really, like, sneaky. It's like you'll feel good, and then just like that, something else will happen. So it's like, I just told him, like, man, you just got to stay working on the little things that you don't think helps your knee. But, you know, you just got to build that muscle up around it. And, you know, man, when he had that, like, 50-point game or whatever he had, and he was crying on TV and was, like, saying how hard he worked, I felt him because I seen him working hard. Okay. And I was talking to him as he was going through those processes of people giving up on him, saying he wasn't the same D Rose, this, that, another. So it's like, I felt him. And so, like, I'm proud of him. You know, that's my brother. Like, you know, and one thing about me, like, I know a lot of these guys in the NBA, you know, I don't ask them for nothing. Like, I tell them all the time, man, just go be great. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to see everybody be great. You know, so, I mean, I'm happy for him, man, that he got to the level to where he is consistently playing games, and, you know, he's injury free. His body is feeling good. You know, it's just, like, great to see guys go move forward like that.
Okay. All right. So, kind of pick back off season over with, senior year, basically out of college. Mm-hmm. So, what was your next steps? Kind of give us, like, a brief description. You can kind of scroll through it. Your next steps, maybe trying to go to the NBA overseas, or in your mindset, not making that championship run. What was your next step?
My next step was, so soon as, you know, I can remember like it was yesterday, we lost to Ohio State. I had a great tournament. Like, you know, I was the leading scorer on the team in the tournament off the bench. On the way back home from San Antonio. We lost to Ohio State. I had 26 points in that game. You know, wasn't nothing. I left it on the floor, you know, so, you know, we on the plane, and CDR sitting across from me, and I'm sitting, you know, in the seat. Coach Cal walks up to me, and I forget the guy's name that was over, like, the big NBA camp, pre-draft camp. He was like, hey, you're going to the NBA camp. And I'm like, what? He was like, yeah. He was like, the guy seen you play. He was like, we got to have him in camp. He loved the way, you know, you played the whole tournament. It's like, you going to camp. And so I'm like, wow. Like, so at that point, it's like the dreams is starting to come true. You know, it's one step. You know, you got to take one step at a time. So I looked over at CDR, and CDR was like, I'm going to see you there. I'm going to see you there. And so, like, as soon as I soon as I got done with the NBA camp. So in the NBA camp, it was, and this is what happened in that situation. Everybody looked at me as a shooter, so they wanted to see me shoot the ball.
Okay.
So I'm on the team with like George Carlson, Kobe Carl, Demetrius Nichols played at Syracuse, Ramon Sessions, Marcellus Kemp. Like I'm on the team with some good players. I was at the shooting guard. So one of our point guards had trouble, which was in the lineup. I ain't gonna say no names. One of our point guards, who I was in the lineup with, had trouble getting the ball up the court.
Okay.
So on my profile, it had 2 that can play the 1, because I actually played point guard my first 2 years in Memphis.
Okay.
So they moved me from 2 to the point, because I was a bigger guard, and and at that point, Larry Brown, my guy LB, love to move, come to Memphis, love it, can't wait to see him. He comes on the court and we warming up, and I was like, ew. It's like, man, they done moved me to the point. I was like, but teams want to see me shoot. If I'm playing point, I'm gonna have to run the team. I'm gonna have to do the little things as a point guard, and I'm not really gonna get a chance to showcase my actual shooting.
Okay.
He was like, well, in this situation, you just run the team to your best of your ability and just do all the little things. Dive on the floor, pick point guards up full court, get loose balls, offensive rebound, just do all the small things, and you'll stand out in that way as well. Did that. I averaged like maybe 5 assists in the camp.
Okay.
But the problem with that was now everybody see me as a point guard. So now I leave the camp the very next day, and I work out for 13 NBA teams with point guards. So I'm like, this ain't even my actual position.
Okay.
They got me playing against Dominique James that went to Marquette. He 5'8", fast as I don't know what. Bobby Brown from Long Beach State.
Okay.
I'm like, they got me with Aaron Brooks from Oregon.
Okay.
All these little point guards. And I got to play full court one-on-one defense with these guys. So that part of it was tough. But I think, NBA execs and stuff knew, like, okay, he's not really a point guard, but he can play point guard, which made me more valuable to a team.
Okay.
But, them workouts went by. My last workout, I worked out for, like, pretty much everybody in the league. A lot of teams had already seen me because of, we played on a national stand base. Like, we played, on TV all the time. So my last workout was the day before the draft with Charlotte. And Michael Jordan was there.
Okay.
And so, I'm thinking to myself, like, dang. Like, I get to work out for the Hornets. And Rod Strickland was the one who told me that MJ liked me. Because he seen me play so many times. And he was like, man, MJ said something about you. He said, he like you. So we did this one drill where you go back and forth from sideline to sideline, but you shoot as you come in. You shooting threes, NBA threes, back and forth. I was in great shape, by the way. I didn't miss for a minute straight. Didn't miss. And Jordan was up there like watching, like, and I said something to the coach at the time. I was like, yeah, tell MJ to come down and get some of this. Like, I'm popping popping off. I'm like, I'm feeling myself. But, like I said, it was a great experience. We walking out, we could get done with the workout, and I told the lady, I was like, hey, I'm not leaving the arena until I meet Jordan.
Okay.
She was like, well, he's gonna be in the conference call, and like, as soon as I turned around, boom, he's right there. I'm like, oh my God. He has coffee in his hand, got a cigar in his mouth. He walks up, and he tells one of the guys that was working out, like, hey, next time you put my shoes on, man, make sure you got your footwork together. He was traveling all over the court today. And I was like, oh my God. And I shook his hand. I was like, nice to meet you, MJ. Like, big fan. He was like, appreciate it. He was like, you shoot the ball well. And so, going to the draft, It was 3 picks. I had a really good workout with the Dallas Mavericks too, and a good interview. So that was one of the teams that I was hoping to draft me. So what ended up happening was, and Coach Cal had told me about it. Second round, it was 3 picks they had, and it was a guy from overseas that was like 19, like a 6'5" point guard. And me and him was on the board with the middle pick. And you know, sometimes in the NBA when they do things like that, they do it as a way of saving money, but also gaining money. So basically, what they did was they drafted him, knowing that he wasn't going to come over. They had his rights, so everywhere he went overseas, whatever team that he picked and went to, the team had to pay the Mavericks. So it was a money deal, and it was cool. You know, I never got discouraged in any situation. I just kept working and ended up getting picked up by the Grizzly Summer League. So, you know, we get ready to go to Summer League. Team called from Poland. It's like, hey, we want to offer him $90,000. You know, $90,000 coming out of college. You got some bread.
Yeah, look, that's pretty nice.
So I was told my agent, I was like, hey, I'm taking it. You know what I'm saying? Because this right here ain't no guarantee. This is a guarantee. So, I end up signing overseas. And, play like 8 years playing overseas. Man, like I said, I was in some great places. Big cities, met some great people. Played well over there. So, I have no regrets about my career. I just, I love basketball, man. And, like I said, it can take you many places.
Okay. Now to the fun stuff. You had your fun. Basically had you a good career. Basically still in shape now. I don't know what's your next step, but we'll just skip to it. So now we can talk more on the kids end. So now you Jay Hunt, the trainer.
Mm-hmm.
And after the trainer, you become Jay Hunt, the coach. So kind of give us a brief description of what got you into training and how it makes you feel when you help develop kids, and then making that step into the AAU circuit or the AAU progress with kids.
Yeah. So as a trainer, I'm not, the ordinary trainer, I would say. Every kid that comes to me is going to get pushed. I'm going to let every kid know that this is training, this is practice. You're working on something that you're not good at. So it's okay to make mistakes.
Okay.
Go hard. I'd rather you go hard and make a mistake versus trying to go at your own pace and make a mistake. Because in the game, you're not going to be able to go at your own pace. You're going hard in training just so it can be easy in the game.
Okay.
So I try to get them to understand that from a standpoint. And of course, they're kids, so of course, they're going to be in there with some of their friends, and they're going to play around. So I give them, a couple times to do that, and then, hey, look, let's get serious. You're here to get better. You're here not to play. Like, you can play when you get done. So I really try to teach the game from a standpoint of knowing that, okay, this is what you're going to do in the game. These are going to be the spots you're going to be at in the game. This is what you're going to do when you're at this spot. So everything I do in training is never pointless.
Okay.
I'm always teaching game time situations, game time moves. And we got a lot of great trainers in Memphis, man. Like, shouts out to all the trainers in Memphis that's, working with different kids and working with, different athletes, man. Salute to everybody. Like, that's one thing about me. Like, I have nothing against nobody, and it don't even got to be a trainer. Like, I have nothing against nobody. I want to see everybody win. I want to see everybody go forward in life. So, it's a lot of great trainers in Memphis. Man, keep doing what y'all doing, man. Helping these kids and developing these kids. Me as a coach, I've always had, a high IQ for basketball. I always knew how to play basketball. And that's just been one of my gifts, just knowing how to play. I'm always telling kids, like, hey, if you're a scorer, you want to do more than just score, because if you ain't scoring, then your game is done. So I'm always asking kids, like, what are you doing outside of what you actually do to help your team win? So I'm real big on, like, diving on the floor. Loose ball, we got to get that.
Okay.
creating extra possessions for your team. Like just, the little things. I always talk to him about the little things because, everybody can come down the court and shoot a ball. Everybody can come down the court and dribble 10 times and, everybody can go make a layup. But how many of y'all want to dive on the floor and get dirty? How many of y'all want to take a charge? You know what I'm saying? How many of y'all want to get that offensive rebound and create an extra possession and we swing and hit a three and then everybody go crazy? Okay. Like at the time, that kid that got that offensive rebound may not even realize that he is the reason.
True.
But how many coaches praise that kid?
No.
Exactly. So I look at things like that. It's like, I'm gonna give you an example. Yesterday we was playing in the game, semifinal to go to the championship, and Grant, playing defense, boop, tap the ball away. He dives on the floor and gains the ball. I call timeout. Because I wanted to let him know that I appreciate you diving on that floor getting that ball. If you don't dive for that ball, they get the ball and they go score.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's little things like that I'm praising kids on, versus just scoring. Like, we got a lot of talent in Memphis and we got a lot of great kids that can score the ball, they can do this, they can do that. But because I always been that player that played hard regardless if I'm scoring or not. And I've been a scorer all my life. But I just didn't let that be the only thing that I can do. Like I said, I watch Penny a lot. So I want to pass. I want to rebound. I want to get steals. I want to get deflections. Like I want to gain. Like I want to play defense. Like I want to do everything. So I don't want to be one-dimensional because I want to be more valuable to a team. So that's what I try to tell all these players, like, and try to teach them in that way. Like, hey, you can't just be a scorer. Go play some defense and lock the other best player up. But I also know that, people, you got to have roles. Everybody got to do their roles. Don't try to do what he do. Do what you do. I learned that from Coach Cal because Coach Cal gave us roles. He told everybody what their role was. Don't do nothing outside of what you can do, and you're going to look good. So that's the same. I take that same approach. And, I'm a student of the game, man. I ask questions. I text Coach Cal. I text Penny. And ask them questions about, what are you doing with guards? What are you doing with bigs? What are y'all doing right now for transition type stuff? Like, and when we practice, I'm literally doing like college style practices.
Okay.
Because I'm telling the kids like, hey, I care nothing about middle school. I care nothing about high school. I care more about you being prepared for college. If that's the step that you want to go to,
yeah,
I care about you being prepared for college. Because if, you can take me being hard on you now, and you get used to that, you can take any coach. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that I'm the hardest coach because I'm really not. I get on them, of course.
Yeah.
And because I hold them accountable. And accountability is the most important thing. If you hold yourself accountable for your actions, you ain't going to have no problems. You ain't going to have no attitudes during the course of the game. Like, and I'm always telling them, like, be mentally strong. Stay mentally into the game because if you're mentally out of the game and you come to the bench, you got your head down and you mad because you missing shots. When you go back in, guess what? You still ain't going to be ready. So I tell them stay mentally locked in. Stay mentally locked in. Like, you have to be mentally locked in. Like, during the course of the game, like, yeah, I'm going to get on you. You're going to turn the ball over. You're going to miss shots. You're going to get beat off the dribble for layups. But guess what? Stay mentally locked in and don't put your head down and just keep playing. And things good going to eventually turn around. It can't keep going bad.
Okay. Really, you opened up so many questions off that conversation. But really, I got three. I really got three in top mind because really, it's kind of first to go off the difference in the skills gap with the kids now back then when you was their age. And then a comment also by Gilbert Arenas. I don't know if you ever just watch him like that, but I know you watch a lot of sports.
Yeah.
When Gilbert Arenas made that comment about the offensive set is so much skill based from defense that it's really hard to stay in front of somebody nowadays, especially with the new rules and stuff. hard-nosed defense really just can't survive like that no more. I mean, you may feel different about it, but, you know.
Well, I get what he's saying because, you know, kids are so much more advanced now, and, you know, they got so much to get from, like, you can go on YouTube and watch players and go in the gym and, you know, they working on these things.
Yeah.
But defensively, I've never been the fastest. I've never been the best. I've always been smart.
Yeah.
So that's how I tell my kids is like, even on presses. Another example from yesterday. If we're in the press, you're not playing defense by yourself. You're only playing your area. So if you take care of what you got to do, you ain't got to worry about nothing else. So in a diamond press, when the ball go in, and you are the wing man, not the top man, the wing man, your only responsibility is cut the sideline off. That's it. So if you cut the sideline off knowing that I have another defender that's on my team coming this way to help me trap, you have nothing to worry about. But it happens to where the kids don't cut the sideline off.
Yeah.
And the man goes up the court, and it's like, it's pointless us being under pressure. You're not going to cut the sideline off. So basically what it is, you really just got to be smart, man. Like, you know, against guys like Kevin Durant, what can you do? Nothing. Yeah. Only thing you can do is make it as hard as possible, like PJ Tucker was doing.
Yeah.
Just make it hard as possible. Try to be physical and hope that the ref ain't calling fouls. I mean, that's all was going on with that situation. So you have to be smart, knowing that, okay, I'm playing up against a really offensively tough person, probably has a lot of moves. Let me find one weakness in this game and let's try to exploit that weakness the whole time and be smart about it. If you know a player likes to shoot going left, man, when he got the ball in his left hand, you need to be ready to contest the shot.
Yeah.
If you know he going right and he driving to the hole, it's like, shoot, you just gotta try to be there when he get ready to drive. Like, you just gotta be smart more now on defense, cause you know, like you said, the physicality of the game is like kind of down. They ain't letting you play that physical.
Yeah, and I think that would kind of hurt me personally because he kind of like my favorite player, Alo. I feel like that hurt his defense a lot because he's so strong and fast, and he just can't play that style no more. But he's so tough and so strong.
Man, I went to one game.
People don't admire his defense like that to me.
No, I didn't go to the game. I was watching South Florida.
Yeah.
We was losing. And Alo came and like turned the whole game around. Only because he wasn't scoring. He was just all over the place. He was harassing the best player. I'm talking about, you know, best player beat him off the dribble. He don't stop. He come from behind, back tip. Boom. Create steal. Like, and I told Penny that I seen Penny at Hotworks. And I was like, man, look. If Alo play like that every single game, y'all don't lose another game. That simple. Like, what the problem is, and I'm not saying it's the problem with Alo. This is a problem with, in today's basketball. They got too many outside influences. Too many people on the outside telling them, man, you need to be doing this. Man, you need to be doing that. Man, you need to be doing this. And the same person that's telling them this ain't going to be able to go do what he's telling them to do. So why are you telling him? Everybody has a role to play on the team. You know what I'm saying? So it's so much. Like, even in these AAU games, like, you got the coach, you got the friend, and you got the parents.
Yeah.
And it's coming from all different angles when it should be only one angle.
Do you think that, and I think me personally, and I mean, it's nothing wrong because, I mean, you're going to be a parent, you're going to be a friend, like you said, then of course you're going to be the coach. But I think, especially with the younger kids, it messes up and freezes them a lot when they hear different voices coming from different sides of the court.
Yeah.
Unless they just mentally train like that. But I done seen kids come down the court, hear their mama say something, then hear their coach say something, and then they freeze for just a little slight second. That's a steal or a turnover or whatever.
Exactly. So it's like, that's why I be like, man, I'm the only person that y'all should be listening to if I'm the coach. You know, you got parents just saying all type of stuff to the kid. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's funny because the kids actually get tired of it. But I get why they don't want to actually tell the parent, like, hey, just let me play my game, leave me alone. Because that's the parent.
Yeah.
And they don't want the parent to be mad at them. And then they also, on the flip side, they don't want to disappoint the parent. So everybody want to play good for their parents.
Yeah.
I'm so blessed that my mom and dad never done that. Never. They never said nothing to me on the court. They never told me to go do this, go do that. It was always more about just, my mom always used to be like, play hard, play smart. That's it. And other than that, she just cheering for the team. Nowadays, man, you got dads just, I ain't never played basketball before. But, you know, I be like, man, just, you know, your parents only need to be encouraging you to play hard. You know, if you're not playing hard, they need to be on your head about that.
Okay.
A lot of times, I'm looking at this situation like, when parents get mad, they always, well, okay, this is what happens. Team lose, they blame the coach. But I never blame the coach. Even when I lost in games, I never blame no coach. I always say, we playing. When we got killed by Tennessee, we couldn't blame Coach Cal. We the ones on the court playing. Now, that game right there, I ain't gonna lie, I went back and looked at that game. Chris Lofton didn't miss hardly nothing first half. And we missed everything. We took great shots. We took really good shots. Like, balls going in and out. Bloop, bloop. He was making everything. So, that's how that happened. But nowadays, parents don't hold their kids accountable for they play. They don't look at the kid like, well, my kid ain't playing good. He sucked today. Or he turned the ball over too much. Or he just ain't making shots. They don't do that.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, bro.
So we're gonna what we're gonna do is, before we kind of wrap this up, we're gonna look at your championship game against the number one team back in what was it, Coast to Coast?
Mm-hmm.
The finals when y'all played Texas United.
Yeah.
And shout out to Texas United. They stacked all.
Great team, man. Discipline. They very disciplined. Great team, man.
So we finna get set up, and we're gonna kind of watch over this video. We're gonna kind of ask you. We're gonna pause, and you're gonna kind of tell me what you were thinking, what was going on at the time.
Mm-hmm. You see Greg. Coach Greg. Shout out to B Cal too, man. That man helped me too. His son gonna be really good, man. His son's gonna be really good. Yeah, I think about Granny, third grade. You talking about the little young boy that played for Texas United, really good one. That's Kyle's son right there. He good.
Kind of felt like yesterday when I was cool too.
Man, what? Right there. Yeah. Jalen LaCour.
Ah, yeah.
He tough. Look. Little dude tough. That wasn't even a foul neither. To be honest. See, like little stuff like that. You gotta cut that baseline off. You can't give him that drive. It's too easy. Gotta make that. Yeah, he's saying it. You gotta make it. Please go, Lola. Please go back, bro. Please go back. I gotta get this. Bro, this is so funny. Bro, please. Bro, that's crazy.
Be patient. Rod, go to the block. Go opposite as they drive your way, Rod. Sean. Who else? Devin. Grant. Right up. Now your strong side, your left side. Showing you. I'm going to try to penetrate to the right. If they come from you got him, but you got to watch your feet. And you got Rod there. And y'all got to move. You can't just stand fast to the open spot. You got to be quick moves, though. You got to be quick. You can't do nothing slow. You got to put it back down. You good, game. Make that layup. Make that layup.
Man, tough. Call foul on that joint. He tough too. He's just little.
Teams like that, they really just play with each other through the whole organization.
I'll take it. See, like it's 3 on the ball right now. Well, actually, it ain't. That's not a foul though. You see me? Look at Daryl. Look at Daryl. Hey, and the ref was calling, telling him sit down, and I'm telling him sit down too.
He'll take that.
Yeah. Sure will.
You know what? I'm starting to think about it. I remember what messed up that last half. Y'all let bro get loose in that corner.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Look, I seen it happen. It was a help. Like,
It was the same play.
Yeah.
They ran about 2 or 3
see, I
times.
man, look, I be so into it, bro. Like, ooh wee.
Good move.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have got the goal.
Show shouldn't. That was tough, man. Nah, he came through too.
My guy right here tough.
Yeah, he tough. He's super tough. Love him. Ooh, he tough too, man. Thomas. Got a whole coaching style. Hey, look, that's my man though. He a great guy, man.
Oh,
He
yeah.
a great guy.
Y'all are playing too round the baseline. Stop coming up. Let them take that. Hey, if it's one man over here, both of y'all don't need to be on the ball. One man on the ball, the other man.
You know, I had some folks,
Everybody else up.
they actually was mad about this scene right here. About you going off on the kids. But I mean, it's basketball, but you just know how some.
What they mad for?
I don't know.
What they say?
I'll show you once we get through it. I
like-
think one of them in the comments.
I'm
Actually.
like, what? I mean, I'm coaching.
Yeah. We got 5,000 views, so.
Yeah, what you want me to not coach? Like situations like that. We got to get our hands on that ball. Like, we can't get that offensive rebound because we got a small guy in the game that's too little to get the rebound. See? That was the halftime situation.
Yeah.
No, come on, Hunt. You good. Let the fuck know what's going on, Hunt. Come on, Hunt. Listen. We in this bro. Do not listen to another bro. Your ass on this bench. All right? We done wasted the whole fucking time out, all because we can't.
If you play basketball, especially coming up around like our age, that's light.
Yeah.
That's light. Coach A and all them folks. Johnson.
Too many ball handlers, y'all. Y'all gotta listen. Pay attention.
Like, look. 2 men up there and both of them bag up on the best shooter on the floor. Good stunt. Damn. You made that shit. He tough. He in the 3rd grade too.
Oh, for real?
Hell yeah. Him and Grant in the 4th now. Tough. That little nigga scoring machine.
Good way to keep it.
See, like now they cleared the side out.
Yeah.
They call over the back, bro.
Y'all made a statement after this game.
Sean is 10 times better. Now, bro, crazy, bro. All them Van, Sean, all them folks, great 10 times better.
Hey, Rep, I think you missed that 5 seconds. That ain't your call, that's his. Oh, hey, y'all.
Do you try your best to stay on the ref's good side, or you just don't care?
Yeah, I be trying.
Oh.
Nah, he missed that. See, like that, you gotta get that. Oh, he made a tough layup right here. That was tough. Good foul, though.
Oh my God! Oh,
Gotta get up off that mug. Oh, he still missed. Damn. Damn, raping him the whole time. Hey. Oh, good pass. Way to pass the ball. Great ball movement. That was a great ball movement. See, we'll live with that. We just got to get that rebound. That's the only thing. We got to get the rebound. There we go.
good. I'm ready to keep that foot in. Good man. Way to be patient.
Look. There we go. See? He wasn't supposed to come up. All you had to do is stay back. And it happened twice, though.
Yeah, they're going to do it again.
Yeah. Oh, how do you not get 3 men on the ball? What's the score of the game now? I think we were down by 1. Up by 1. No, down 2. That's what I'm telling you. See? Instead of him, he was supposed to, like, stay. He was supposed to stay back. He wasn't supposed to.
We got to get one man to stop the ball so we can match up because if it's not, they get in the corner wide open because the back man got to come up in the corner.
That's what I was telling him. The back man ain't got to come up because what they did was they took the man out the middle and put him on the wing, and I made Sean go guard the guy on the wing, so it was like 5 out.
Yeah. Oh.
Damn, ref. There ain't no foul.
Been a foul.
And the dude that hit the 2 threes. The dude that hit the 2 threes.
Yeah.
The nigga didn't play the whole game.
He came out specifically.
Look at Josh. Look at Josh. Josh like, yo.
Do you think these will be things the kids never forget?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Do not drop your heads, bro. Them 2 threes in the corner. Back to back, killed them. Hey, it's all good, bro. This is what it's about, bro. Getting her battle with the best team in the country, bro. And showing what we made of, bro. The last 2 minutes of the game, bro. If we play the last 2 minutes of the game like we did the rest, we win that game, bro. Now, we get back to Memphis. I know Junior ain't gonna be here in Van. We're gonna watch the video. We're gonna watch the video in my house. And we're gonna see you can't make mistakes like that against good teams. Do you remember when I tell y'all against good teams, the game ain't gonna go like it's gonna go against teams that ain't as good? This is the example right here.
Yep. Look at Mason. He ain't even in the hook, bro. Look at him. Look at him.
Hey, Mason got better though.
Man.
Mason was lost. Mason over there looking at something else.
I ain't paying no attention, bro.
Yeah.
It was a great game, though. I want to see the comment.
Yeah. I'll show you after we get through. But I appreciate you for coming through and showing some love, man.
Man, I appreciate you for having me, dog.
First interview of the year.
Yeah.
We hit out strong with Jeremy Hunt. Any shout outs or anything you want to give? Any kind of information, inspiration to the kids or coaches or trainers?
Man, just shout out to Memphis, man. People see that we a basketball city. People see that, we got great talent, man. Everybody just got to keep grinding, keep getting better, man. All around the board. We got to keep learning. Coaches, players, everybody, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody in Memphis, man, that's grinding and doing what they do, man. We're going to keep doing this thing, man.
All right, appreciate it.